Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for joining me. I massively appreciate it, as do I appreciate any thumbs up, any new subscribers and any new patrons. I also love my current patrons, you guys are legends. I am starting to build a database for the custom series and I will be getting in touch with you all within the next day or so to find out all your details for your player within that database. Can't wait for that to start. I think I've got a good story together, a good club. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully you'll watch it. Now, welcome to another Bood FM original. All or nothing, Mbappe versus Haaland. Yeah, I've trapped these two little wonder kids at two very specific clubs in Scotland and they're going to battle it out to see who can come out on top. So you might have guessed, if you've got a good eye and you've looked at a thumbnail, one of these players is going to be at Glasgow Celtic and the other player is going to be at Glasgow Rangers. Now, how did I decide who went where? Well, it was very technical, very scientific process. I basically put Haaland's name on a bit of paper, Mbappe's name on a bit of paper, stuck it in one of my famous hats, and let my little boy pick it out. And because Rangers are the champions, this is how I worked it. Because Rangers are the current champions, I thought whoever comes out first, Celtic can have. And Mbappe came out first. So Mbappe is going to be at Celtic for 20 years and Haaland is going to be at Rangers for 20 years, trapped there, duking it out. Now, whenever you play this game, whenever I play this game, I quite often see Mbappe and Haaland stack up them Ballon d'Ors. Are they going to be able to win any Ballon d'Ors? Who's going to win the most titles? Who's going to win the most cups? And most of all, can either of these two men lead their team to any kind of European glory? We're going to find out in today's video, but first, I just want to jump in the editor and just share something with you. So here we are in the pre-game editor, and I was kind of shocked, I don't know why, about this, because these two are probably the best two young strikers in the game, and you could argue that maybe, but they are very, very, very good. They win loads of Ballon d'Ors. I've seen them stack up goals and trophies on multiple simulations and multiple saves. Now, Mbappe, I think, is around 2 years older than Haaland, so I did expect maybe his current ability to be higher, and his current ability, as you can see, is 184. Now his potential ability is 196, which is very high, only goes up to 200. I mean, you can have -10s, -9s, and that gives them the potential to be very good, but if you lock it in like this, it means they're going to be really good. So is his 196. Now Haaland's potential ability is 190, so it's 6 points behind Mbappe. Now his current ability is lower, but that's fair enough, he's 2 years younger. But according to the game in the editor, he shouldn't really reach the same heights, it won't be far off the same heights as Mbappe, so maybe Mbappe and Celtic are going to have a slight advantage. Now, this is my little save in the pre-game editor, you can see it up there, Mbappe versus Haaland. You'll also notice their database changes too. That is all I've done. I've not changed anything else, I've not tweaked a thing. I've not changed Rangers or Celtic's rep, not giving them any extra money, but wow, Celtic have got an advantage starting out there, haven't they? Not done anything with fans, nothing, not a single thing, right? It's all about these two guys duking it out in an, no offence if you're Scottish, I do love Scotland, but it's an average league compared to all the big ones. These two guys are going to have to try and carry these clubs for the next 20 years, battling out in Scotland head to head. But I think the main thing is, can they still win Ballon d'Ors? Can they win any European trophies? Because, you know, it is a bog standard database apart from them being there. I was excited to see, so we're going to jump forward 20 years into the future. We're going to come in at halfway point as well, at the 10-year mark. And there's also a few other little things I've done. Well, there's one other thing. So of course, in order to do this, you have to trap him at a club. And to do that, you just make sure you give him a big contract and a future transfer. Now, you may or may not have seen my other all or nothing video with Derby County where I trapped Ronaldo and Messi at Derby for the end of their careers to see if they could beat the points deduction, get them out of the championship and just have one last hurrah together in the same team. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. Really enjoyed that one. Now in that one, at the end of their deals, I sent Ronaldo home to Portugal and Messi home to Argentina. In this one, I'm doing it a bit differently. They're going to be staying in Scotland. They're going nowhere because they love it here. It's a beautiful country. Yes, when these 20-year deals are through, they're going to end their careers when they're in the 40s at Ayr United. You may or may not know, I've said it a million times, but you might be new. But my family name is Scottish. My family originate from Scotland, around Ayr. So I've always had this little good feeling about Ayr United. I quite like them. I did a series with them years ago, which I loved. So they're both going to go to United and play together for maybe a year or two. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll have time to check in on that. But it's all about Rangers and Celtic. These guys have got a lot of years ahead of them, and hopefully a lot of great football and a ton of goals. And of course, we're starting with Rangers as champions and favourites to go back to back. Now again, I've made a video recently, you might not have seen it, I like to plug stuff, you might have noticed, where I restructured the Scottish League into 2 leagues. Elon Musk came in, pumped it full of money, and made it a lot more competitive. It's a lot of fun, a lot of you played it, said it was good. I want to play it myself at some point. But this ain't like this is just a standard Scottish League. Standard Rangers, standard Celtic, but with 2 absolute superstars up top. Welcome to the 1st of June 2031, and we're going to look at the competitions first before we look at the players. And Rangers might have been favourite, but Celtic won that first title. So Celtic have won 1 and then won the last 3. So Celtic have won 4, Rangers won 6 back to back. And them 2 have just been duking it out. If one of them wins it, the other one's been runners up. Onto the Scottish Cup, and this is always a bit more varied, isn't it? I know there's patches where the 2 big Glasgow teams dominate, but it is always a bit varied. Well, Rangers won the first one. Hibs got in with 1. Hearts have won the last 2. Wow. I mean, 2 years ago, it was Hearts versus Hibernian. Wow. That's pretty cool. But altogether, Rangers have won 5 and Celtic have won 2. Onto the Premier Sports Cup, but it's the League Cup, innit? And again, it's a little bit varied. I haven't even got their superstars yet. Got to wait another 10 years. They've got one. Absolutely love that. Going out United beating Aberdeen in the final. I think Celtic look like they've got the advantage here, maybe. Rangers have got 1, 2, 3. Celtic have got 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to the Champions League. Quick look. And it looks like no one's got to a final yet. But look how good Chelsea are on this save. Bloody hell. Next up, it's the Europa League. And straight away, it popped out to me. In 29-30 season, Rangers won 1 by beating Milan in Rotterdam in Holland. So there you go. What about anything else? It just popped out at me straight away, that. No Celtic, no more Rangers. So at the moment, Rangers have got a Euro trophy. Now onto the conference. Still a European trophy. Man United have won a couple of them. Leeds have got to a final, but I can't see any Celtic and I can't see any Rangers. But I can see Hibs. That's brilliant. Getting to the final, getting beat off Man United. So I did wonder that, having these 2 superstars in the league, would it attract better players and so on? Even though there's no extra money or anything? You don't know, but fair play to Hibs for doing it. Onto the awards for the Premiership, and this is the Scottish top goal scorer, and Mbappe's not doing bad there. So Mbappe's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Haaland has 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mbappe is definitely putting the goals in the net. I mean, I'm guessing Haaland is too, but Mbappe is winning that, isn't he? Onto the Player of the Year, and fair play to Glenn Kamara at Rangers. He won the first one. Nice one. Mbappe's won 1, 2, 3, 4. Haaland's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Haaland's edging that. It's quite close, isn't it? I'm guessing, it's obvious really, the Rangers have won more trophies, but Mbappe's still doing a shift, isn't he? Still putting a shift in. But it's on to the Ballon d'Or, and I was wondering, could they still win in it? And yes, they can. Haaland has just won it with Rangers once. Now, I see him clock up more than that. Earlier than that, I'm sure we do. I definitely see Mbappe win quite a few. So still time. It's still a good age. I mean, Haaland's 30, which means Mbappe will be 32. And he's also the club captain. I don't think he's got the best leadership, but it's Mbappe, isn't he? Best player in the team. He's also an icon. Second one down. And he's brilliant, isn't he? He's very good. Still very good at 32. Now, also, I noticed is Haaland, when you look at the positions in the editor, he's just an out-and-out striker. He's got 20 for striker and not much anywhere else. Whereas Mbappe's got 20 for striker, but I think he's got 19 for left winger. So he's a bit more versatile, really. So it does make you wonder if he did play out wide on the left. I don't think he does. I'll be honest with you. You'd be playing him up front. He's an elite striker. But I'd say Haaland's edging it at the minute, just from looking at what's been won. Now he's 32 and he's got 157 caps and 111 goals. Over to Rangers, and Haaland is the captain. Now I think he's an alright captain, because on my project, God, it's like Plug Central today, isn't it? I've done a couple of videos of Haaland recently, but I did a series called Project 23 with Borussia Dortmund, and I had Haaland for the first 2 seasons, and he was my captain. So he's alright. I call him the cheat code. You might see in that video too. If you haven't, plug, go and check it out. And he's not bad, is he? He is a very, very, very good player. But as you can see, he is an out-and-out striker. He's an elite striker. And he's got 103 caps and 87 goals. He's lacking a bit, but I think his international career's started a lot later than Mbappe because he's younger, isn't he? So I want to check out these leagues quickly. So obviously Celtic won that first one by a point. Then Rangers won it by 5 points. Rangers won it by 5 points. And Rangers won it by a point. Wow. And then Rangers won it by some distance there, 11 points. And then again, 9 points. And then, wow, total domination. Celtic's like, we're not catching these up. And then boom, Celtic get theirs back, winning it by 4 points. And then that's not bad. That is that the year, that 29-30, that's the year, I'm pretty sure that's the year Rangers won their Europa League. Did that affect their league campaign? I don't know, but they got their arse handed to them by Celtic. And then this current season, again, Celtic have absolutely dominated. So who've been the men that have been guiding these two superstars? Well, Celtic's manager, whose name I cannot pronounce, no chance. He stayed for nearly 6 years and he left after winning 1 league title and 4 cups. And now they've got Michael O'Neill. Fair enough, he's won 3 league titles, so you can't knock him, and 2 cups. Rangers, on the other hand, they've gone through a few managers, but I don't think they've not sacked anyone. So I'm guessing managers have left for other jobs. So Giovanni won 1 league title and 2 cups. Then Gert, he won 2 leagues and a cup. Lionel Richie, yeah, he stayed for quite a while. He won 3 league titles and 4 cups. He's not done bad. And then you had Marcus Gisdol, who won 2 cups. One of them being the Europa League. He resigned. Now, they have Peter Vermees. And we'll start right here on the 1st of June in 2041. And we know Celtic went 3 back-to-back. Well, they got another one. They got 4. Then Rangers won 3, then Celtic. Then Rangers won 2, then Celtic won 3. Now, don't worry about adding them up. I'm going to do that at the end. And hopefully I can make you a nice, lovely little graphic to simplify it for you. So after Hearts went back-to-back, of course, beating Celtic in that final. Celtic won it the next year. Then Rangers got 2. Motherwell sneaked in. I love that. Celtic, Rangers, Celtic, Hibs, Aberdeen, Celtic. On to the Premier Sports Cup. And Rangers won the first one in the second half of this video. Then Motherwell sneaked in. I love it when little teams sneak in like that. Celtic won 3 back-to-back. Then St Mirren, then Rangers, then Celtic, then Aberdeen. And then Rangers have just won the last one, beating Ross County. On to the Champions League. And I can't see anyone. No, I don't think anyone ever made it to a Champions League final. Chelsea are good on here. City are not bad. Liverpool, English teams are dominating. Newcastle, though, I know they've got money now. Finally got to a final. That's pretty cool. Getting beat by Chelsea. On to the Europa League. And Newcastle lost another final. Newcastle lost 2 finals. But yeah, Rangers won that one, didn't they? And then no one else has ever got to a final, unfortunately. On to the last one. Here we are. Newcastle won one. Finally, they've won something. But yeah, again, no one ever got. I'm surprised, really. I mean, to be fair though, they would have been in the Champions League and the Europa League. Very rare. They probably would have ended up here. Having them kind of strikers probably always kept them in the top 2 European competitions. So from the looks of it, Rangers won the Europa League, and that's it on the European stage for both clubs. On to the top goal scorer. Mbappe won the first one. Haaland got 2. Then Mbappe. Then Haaland got 3. And Haaland sneaked in with 1 more, and then it looks like the regens are starting to take over. How good is this regen who plays for Rangers? He's not bad. He's not bad. Finishing of 9. And he's now outscoring Haaland, but Haaland is pretty old now. On to the Scottish Footballer of the Year, and Haaland went 4 on the row in the second half. Then Mbappe got a couple, then Haaland, and then Haaland sneaked in again. So here is a 40-year-old Haaland. Not bad. For 40, veteran attacking midfielder now apparently. He couldn't play out there, but they've stuck him out there. But he's still very good at it. I mean, he starts off with natural fitness through the roof, so fair play. 204 caps, 141 goals. So beautifully, his entire 20-year career fits in. I don't have to scroll. I love that. Absolutely love it. So yeah, he played a ton. Looks like he's still playing. Last year he didn't play as many games as he usually does, but he's managed 30 this year, but it's his goals massively dropped off. Have they stuck him out on the right and stuck that little Brazilian up top maybe? 40-year-old winger? I'd have still had him up top myself. But yeah, goals wise, I mean, Started off quite slow, didn't get near the 20s, then he had a really good period. Scored 30 one year, 30 another year, and he has tailed off a little bit, but his average rating is insane. Now on to Mbappe, and of course he's 2 years older. He's 42, and he's still alright. He's not very strong anymore, and his stamina's died, but he's 42. I mean, I can't run, and I'm 43. So, I mean, so fair play to him. 197 caps, 134 goals for his country. Now this is where it's a little bit different for Mbappe, because he is older. So he's had a season of not playing that Haaland did, which you could say gave Haaland an advantage. But like I said, I'm going to show you a little graphic, hopefully, and put everything together. And I'm going to let you make a decision of who came out on top in the comments, hopefully. Now, again, it's similar. I mean, amazing average ratings. I mean, even his last year when he was playing, he still played 30 games, he still scored, he still helped, he still had a good average rating. But then whoever's in charge just thought, no, not anymore. And his last season, he didn't play and then got booted down into the B team. I didn't even know Celtic had a B team, but apparently they have. Well, they have on the game. He's played one game, not scored, and he's been amazing. So yeah, a little bit of an advantage to Haaland, maybe. Now, before we do compare the stats together, I just thought we'd go back to the Ballon d'Or, and it's like they came alive in their 30s. Couldn't do anything in the 20s, but they both came alive in the 30s, because we know Haaland won one in 2030. He then won another two. There you go. Then Mbappe. I mean, what was he, 37? When he was 37 and 38 years old, won the Ballon d'Or twice for Celtic. Haaland nicked another one, so he's won more. But I think that's brilliant, 37 and 38. At the late 30s, they're winning Ballon d'Ors. I thought they'd have picked up some early on, but they didn't. So I've written everything down in my little pad, and hopefully after this, when I'm doing my editing, I'll put together a little graphic for you, and we'll run through it all. So, as we know, Haaland had an extra season, really, because Mbappe didn't play. So again, I want you to take it all into account and let me know in the comments who you think came out on top. Was it Mbappe with Celtic or Haaland with Rangers? So to start off, we're going to look at how many games he played and how many goals he scored. Well, Mbappe played 944 times in total for Celtic, scoring 598 goals. Haaland played 967 games, scoring 686 goals. Wow, that's pretty special. So, on to the Golden Boot for the Premiership. Who got the most in the league? Well, Mbappe, he got 8. Haaland got 10. Next, it's Premier League titles, or Premiership titles, sorry. And Mbappe got 8. Haaland got 11. Next, it's the Scottish Cup. Mbappe won 6 Scottish Cups. Haaland won 8 Scottish Cups. But when it comes to the League Cup, or the Premier Sports Cup, Mbappe won 8 and Haaland won 6. But then, of course, as we know, the only European trophy either of them won was the Europa League, and that's Haaland's. Last but not least, onto the Ballon d'Ors, and Haaland won 4 compared to Mbappe's 2. Now, just in case any Rangers and Celtic fans watching and you guys want to know how your teams did in the head-to-head battle, I'd say Celtic definitely came out on top. 99 derbies were played over this period. 99 derbies, and Celtic won 39, Rangers lost 36, and they drew 24. And quickly, wow, look at all these, look at all these. Now, of course, I've took over Rangers. Look at that, Celtic dominated there, didn't they? So yeah, when it comes to the clubs, Celtic won. But who won in the battle of Mbappe versus Haaland? So now, of course, they're both going to be leaving at the end of the month. They both signed for Ayr United on the 1st of July. So I think we jump forward one last time. I'll find the point where they do retire. We'll see what they can do for Ayr. And then hopefully you'll get involved in the comments. Can't wait to see, because there's an argument for both, really. I'm really interested to know what you think. So Mbappe stuck it out at Ayr United for one season in the Championship as well. Played 24 times and he scored 3 goals. 197 caps in the end and 134 goals for his country. Don't want to be a staff member. He's living it up somewhere else. Probably gone back to France. He's been in Scotland forever. Haaland, though, wants to be a manager, apparently. I've not done that, so I'm guessing that's in the game. He wants to become a manager. Doesn't look like he's going to be a very good one. He too stuck it out for a season with Ayr United, and he scored 212 caps and 143 goals for his country. So there you go. He played 32 times and scored 7 goals and 3 assists. But again, he's a little bit younger, so he played more, he did more. And I'll be honest with you, they didn't really help United because this is the season they both played and they nearly got relegated. They finished 9th in the Championship. Now, before we end the video, I just want to go to the biographies. Feel free to pause it. I'm not going to read through it. If you really want to look at the detail of what they achieved at their time in Scotland, you can. But like I said, I want you to get involved in the comments. I know who I think won, but I'm not going to say it because whenever I do Scottish videos, especially with Rangers Celtic, they can get controversial. People don't like them sometimes. People can get angry in comments. But it is just a bit of fun, remember? And I just thought it was a great league to come to where there's two massive clubs that are leaps and bounds above anyone else in their league, where they could just duke it out on like an equal footing over that 20-year period. So yeah, feel free to pause it and have a good nosy. So there we have it. That is the end of All or Nothing, Mbappe versus Haaland. Thank you very much for watching. I know I ask a lot of stuff to go and watch other content and hit the thumbs up and all that, but like I always say, the most important thing is your view. Sitting here and watching, that is the best thing. It keeps the channel going, really, and I really do appreciate it. I'll appreciate it though if you do get involved in the comments. Can't wait to see what you all think. And I really enjoy these All or Nothing videos where I trap players. I think I might have to come up with a few more ideas. If you've got a great idea, let me know in the comments and I might make it. It's got to be good, but if it's good, I'll make it and I'll credit you for it. So again, thank you for watching. Really do appreciate it. Stay happy, stay safe, and booed. Bye bye.